David, obviously it's not an easy decision when you send someone of Kodai Senga's caliber down. What, in your mind as an organization, made that the right move versus trying to get it worked out up here?
As we talked to Kodai throughout this, I think it became clear that from both of our perspectives, this was the right thing to do for the team and the player. Kodai has a very set routine. He feels very confident in his routine. And so a role transition at this point didn't feel like the right thing to do for either party. And I think Kodai also recognizes that the results right now aren't what he's looking for, what we need. And so he wants to figure this out. We think getting him a little bit of time away from elite competition, away from the pressure of a playoff race, is the right thing to do. He was amenable to it, and we certainly appreciate that.
Do you have anything in particular that you have pinpointed that has led to the struggles that you want him to work on?
We have some mechanical ideas, and I think Kodai has some mechanical ideas of things he can do to get going again. You know, a lot of times these lower half, lower body injuries can cause us to compensate in other ways. And maybe that's one of the things that's going on here that's sapped him of velocity a little bit, made him a little bit less consistent than he's used to. And so we're going to give him a little time to work on it and hopefully get it right.
Was he amenable to it right away, or did you guys kind of have to, approach this with like a different way?
No, I think he wants to do what's right for the team. And he believes that he can be a part of a playoff run here. He very much wants to be a part of the playoff run here. And I think we all got to the point that the best possible chance for him to do that is to take a step back, be able to work on what needs to work on in a slightly more controlled environment, and go from there.
He makes a couple starts down there, has success, comes back here. Essentially, at that point, you're at the end of September. What will you need to see to be able to trust him then going forward into the postseason?
Yeah, so I think the minimum stay we can have a pitcher in AAA is 15 days, and that gets us right to the 20th or 21st. And so that still gives us a little bit of a week of a season to potentially get him to start back up here if that's the way we go. And I think we'll know. I think we'll know whether what's coming out of his hand and the results are what we need to see to go into October.
How do you feel in the interim about, essentially half your starts now look like they're going to be from guys with virtually no big league experience?
We're asking a lot of some young players, some players who haven't done at the big league level yet, but also players who are really talented and who we believe are ready for this challenge. We're excited for them. I think we've already seen Nolan and Jonah meet that challenge, and we expect Brandon to do so as well.
What about Brandon Sproat makes you think that he is ready for this right now, especially during the playoff chase?
Yeah, we've really seen it now consistently over the last 2.5 months of signs of a frontline pitcher. He's carried his velocity very consistently late into games. I think his secondary offerings have picked up in consistency and crispness. We've started throwing the changeup again a little bit more, which has helped him. So we've seen a number of really positive trends. Still a young pitcher. This is still his major league debut, but we feel confident that he can compete at this level, and we're looking forward to watching him on Sunday.
How do you feel Tyler McGill is going to be part of this equation?
I'm sorry?
How do you feel Tyler McGill is going to be part of this equation down the line?
Yeah, so Tyler threw a pen today. Will pitch in AAA on Sunday, and then we'll go from there. I think we have to see how he gets through Sunday, and then we'll make a decision.
What's your thoughts on Alvarez playing hurt right now? Are you impressed? Are you worried? Or all of the above?
I give him a ton of credit for doing this because he could have very easily come to us a day after he suffered the injury in Williamsport and said, I need to get surgery. We'll get back at it in spring training. And he did the exact opposite. He came to us and said, whatever I need to do to keep playing this year is what I want to do. And he's done exactly that. So we have confidence that Alvi is going to do everything he possibly can to get through this, to contribute, to help us win. But I'd be lying if I said I knew exactly how this is going to play out. This is an injury, and it's always tough to know exactly how that's going to progress.
David, obviously you guys had faith that Nolan McLean could do some things up here. That was why he was the first call. But Have you seen anything since he's gotten here that has been beyond what you could have possibly anticipated, even given the reports?
Oh, sure. I think the totality of the work is beyond what we possibly could have anticipated. And that's no slight on Nolan or what he did throughout the minor leagues, but we've seen a historic start to a major league career. And I think that's for a number of reasons. One, he's commanded all of his pitches exceptionally well. And then I think it was pretty cool to see in his most recent start where he had an inning or two where he didn't command his pitches particularly well, but then was able to figure it out in game, make an adjustment, and get us through 6 innings. So he's been very impressive. He too is human and will not be elite every time out, but his start has been tremendous here, and it's fun to watch him pitch.
At the moment, you've got 6 starting pitchers, and you've got a few who are struggling to go deeper into game. Just has the notion of piggybacking them come up, and is that on the table?
Yeah, we've talked through all of it, and I think we're staying open-minded to all of it. Right now, we're going to go turn by turn, as Mendy has said. Really, at this point, series by series, and see where we are. And yeah, could there be tandems at some point? Sure. And we'll kind of just see where we go through the rest of September.
How much support are you giving Ryan Helsley? Like, how much help can you guys give from a front office perspective to fix what he's...
Yeah, I think everyone's trying really hard. And I think this is a case where, we have a player who's going through the toughest stretch that he's experienced in his career. It's magnified by the fact that he's doing it in a playoff race with a new team as a deadline acquisition. And that's really tough. And so what we can do and will continue to do is support him and do everything we can to try to find reasons why this is happening. And clearly he's been very open about some of those reasons, and we're trying to help him through that, and also trying to see if there's anything else going on that maybe we can help him with to get him back. He's not far off, and I know when we look at the results, it may seem like he's far off, but this is very close to being a really quality back-end reliever that he's been for the majority of his major league career, and we just need to figure out what that slight turn on the dial is to get him there.
Do you see Sean Manaea as being far off?
Sean's had kind of an interesting run here where you look at a lot of the high-level peripheral numbers, strikeout rate, walk rate, and they're pretty good. Some of them the best of his career, but we're clearly giving up too much damage, and there's probably some fatigue going on later out in his outings, and he's talked about that. He's just having a tough time getting through the fifth inning. So I think what I'd say is from a quality perspective, no, I don't think he's far off. We probably need to work to help him maybe get a little bit more efficient in his outings if we want him to get him deeper.
How much of it all do you think is being influenced by the loose bodies in his elbow?
He says he feels great and is healthy. All of our testing that we can do in the gym and the training room indicates that he is healthy. It's always in the back of our minds, but at this point, we don't have reason to believe that that's causing this.